Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. This is Sassy Love Tarot. In today's reading, we're asking Spirit all about what successes are awaiting you in the next 3 months. So this is going to be a very exciting reading where we're gonna uncover what kind of great successes, great abundance, or recognitions are waiting for you in the near future. So the way this reading is going to work is that once you have chosen your group or your groups, I am going to dive right in with the tarot deck that you are drawn to and figure out all the details about the upcoming successes waiting for you in the next 3 months. And then after that, I'm also going to get some details regarding how you can better bring yourselves into alignment with the energy of these great successes waiting for you. And last but not least, I'll be shuffling an oracle deck to see whether your spiritual teams have any guidance and or advice for you. So if all that sounded good to you, let's get right into your options. As you can see here, I have chosen to show the Six of Wands from 3 different tarot decks because the card Six of Wands signify victory, success, and recognition. So group number 1 here corresponds to the Six of Wands from the Wandering Star Tarot deck, along with this piece of red jasper. Group number 2 here corresponds to the Six of Wands from the Modern Witch Tarot deck, along with this piece of Amazonite. And group number 3 here corresponds to the Six of Wands from the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot deck, along with this piece of clear quartz. Now, as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. And as I always say, your intuition will always lead you to the right place. So if you do feel drawn to more than one group, or even all of the groups, it is entirely possible that you might have messages waiting for you across different groups. So feel free to follow your intuition. And once you have chosen your group or your groups, you can scroll down to the description box, click on the timestamps, and be fast forwarded to your readings. And also, this is a timeless pick a card, which means that whenever you click on this reading, it is meant to find you at that specific point of time. With all that being said, let's get right into your readings. Hey loves, if you have chosen the Six of Wands from the Wandering Star Tarot deck, along with this piece of red jasper, then this is going to be the reading for you today. Welcome. Now, let's dive right into shuffling your cards and figure out what great successes are waiting for you in the next 3 months. So for my dear group number 1s, what great successes are waiting for my dear group number 1s in the next 3 months, please, Spirit? All right, so first off, we have the King of Cups. Let's get a couple more cards. We have the Temperance card. What great successes are waiting for my dear group number 1s in the next 3 months, please, Spirit? What great successes? Oh, we have the Ace of Wands. I'm going to shuffle for one more card and then we'll take the back of the deck energy. Let's see. Spirit, what great successes are waiting for my dear group number 1s in the next 3 months, please, Spirit? All right, and wow, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And on the back of the deck, we have the Five of Cups in reverse as the overarching energy of your group. Let me just make sure all of the cards are in frame and you can see them clearly. And yes, I think you can. All right, so my dear group number 1s, this is so exciting. You guys literally got 2 aces, and that is really, really amazing. But let's go in order here. Let's see. So essentially, when I saw the King of Cups coming out, I really felt like for a lot of you, this is really speaking to your own emotional maturity, your own emotional stability, and your ability to connect with your own intuition, with your inner self. The King of Cups reminds me of someone who is incredibly compassionate, who is incredibly emotionally mature and stable, who's very capable of taking care of themselves emotionally and also sharing that compassion with other people around them. And here we have charismatic, warm hearted, and intuitive, as well as empathetic on the card, um, on this particular King of Cups. And I feel like these are really all keywords that can be used to describe your state within the next 3 months. And I also love that for the back of the deck energy, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. So this really tells me that for a lot of you, my dear group number ones, you might have recently gone through something that made you really disappointed or really sad. You might have lost something or someone that you love, that you were quite attached to. I can see that perhaps some of you might have gone through a really bad fallout or a breakup. And for others of you, perhaps you just lost a job or you lost something that you invested a lot of time and energy into. And here with the King of Cups, I see that you have definitely successfully recovered from whatever loss or disappointment there was previously. And through um, overcoming that challenge, through overcoming that loss, you've actually gained an opportunity for yourself to grow even more, for yourself to mature even more, especially in terms of your emotional state. And then for others of you, I also see that perhaps this could also be talking about the energy of someone else. This might be more of a specific message, but for those of you who might have been having some trouble connecting with the fatherly figures in your lives, I kind of see that in the next 3 months, you are going to be able to establish more of a healthy emotional bond with an older fatherly figure in your life. Someone who has a lot of masculine energy, who's also likely um, a bit older than you are. And again, that is a very specific message. Usually, I do not interpret the King of Cups in that way, but I do feel like perhaps for some of you who are drawn to this group, that is a message intended for you. And as I was saying that, I actually felt the chills on my back. So I do take that as a confirmation. And also, I do think for a number of you, if you have been trying to work on your romantic connections, or if you've been trying to manifest a romantic connection into your life, then this King of Cups can represent the energy of your partner or your person, whoever it is that you want that romantic connection with. The King of Cups really can represent, again, emotional maturity, emotional availability. And I see that this person, whether they're already in your life or they're coming into your life, I see that they're going to be a very caring person. They're going to be a very empathetic person. And they will be very open to taking care of you emotionally, which is very, very beautiful. And with the Temperance card being right next to the King of Cups, I feel like this kind of reinforces the message about a romantic connection as well, because sometimes I do interpret the Temperance card as a soul union. So it is quite possible that you might be having a union with a person that you have a soul connection with. For others of you who are not really looking into that sort of thing, who's really not looking forward to having that sort of connections anytime soon, I also see that temperance represents healing for a lot of you. Again, this might be related to the Five of Cups energy that you have recently gone through. If you've recently been through some form of a disappointment or a loss, I see that one of the great successes that you'll be embracing in the next 3 months is that you will successfully have healed yourself from that situation that you were stuck on, from that situation that for you was less than desirable. And then for temperance, I also think that for a lot of you, you are going to successfully manifest a lot more patience, because I feel like for a lot of us, when we're trying to manifest things into our lives, something that we might always struggle with is patience with divine timing. Because even though in our imaginations, we can imagine something and we have it in our hands instantly, in the 3D world, it does take time for things to grow, for things to materialize. And with the temperance card here, I really do see that a lot of you, my dear group number ones, you will be gaining more patience, more balance, and more emotional maturity with the things that you really desire. Like, you are going to be taking things in small steps. You will be taking things in moderation. And that's going to bring you, again, a lot of healing, a lot more balance. And you are going to be really in that flow state where you're open to different possibilities and you're just waiting for things to happen for you. And now with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, I really feel like for a lot of you, my dear group number ones, you will be embracing some quite significant new beginnings. Now, with the Ace of Wands here, we have career, we have beginnings, we have travel, and with the Ace of Pentacles, again, we have beginnings, and we also have prosperity. So I feel like those are the key words that you can look out for. For those of you who might recently have switched jobs, I see that in the next 3 months, you will be gaining recognition at your new position. You will be getting the hang of things. You will be growing. You will be maturing. You will be essentially cultivating a completely new garden for yourselves in this new career that you are exploring. And then we do have the keyword travel here on the Ace of Wands, which is centering your reading. So it is quite possible that you might go on, say, a business trip, or perhaps for some of you, this would be a trip for leisure, but you are going to have a lot of fun during your trip for sure. And then also, I see that you will be gaining a lot more wealth, or you will be starting to accumulate more wealth for yourselves, especially for those of you who have been trying to manifest more abundance and prosperity into your lives. With this Ace of Pentacles here, I do see that whatever you have already started doing or whatever you are about to start doing, you will gain more opportunities to bring in money, material abundance into your life. It is a very promising career, a very promising project that you'll be working on here in the next 3 months. And since we are asking Spirit what great successes are waiting for you in the next 3 months, I definitely see that whatever new endeavors that are appearing here, they will end up bringing you success, bringing you recognition, and again, bringing you abundance and prosperity, which is a very, very brilliant energy that we have here. I really love the fact that you got two ace cards. This is really, really significant. And I do feel like perhaps for a lot of you, you are experiencing kind of like a transitional period in your life. I know that if you are watching this reading when it's first uploaded, then like May, June-ish could be graduation season for a lot of you. And perhaps you just graduated and you are embarking on this new journey with your career. And if that is the case for you, I definitely see that whatever you are about to start doing or working on, this thing is going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of fulfillment, and again, a lot of success. So that is very, very beautiful. And speaking of which, I also feel like this Five of Cups in reverse here can talk about kind of like a bittersweet ending. So I wouldn't be surprised, again, if some of you are experiencing a transitional period where you closed off one of the older chapters and now you're moving on to a new chapter in your life. And in this new chapter, I definitely see a lot of new opportunities, a lot of new adventures for you, my dear group number ones. And also the fact that you are group number one, the number one represents new beginnings as well. I feel like that is also quite significant. And I also feel like for a lot of you out there, you might be really into manifestation. You might be really good at manifesting things into your 3D lives. And I see your manifestation capabilities growing in the next 3 months as well, my dear group number ones. Now that's really, really beautiful energy. And now let's find out what you can do to better bring yourselves into alignment with the energies of these great successes. And here we have the Two of Swords. So what can my dear group number ones do to bring themselves more in alignment with these great successes waiting for them? We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What can my dear group number ones do to bring themselves more in alignment with the energies of these great successes waiting for them in the near future, please, Spirit? We have the Devil. Interesting. Okay, let's see. What can my group number ones do to bring themselves more in alignment with these great successes waiting for them? We have the Mother Star, which is a unique card to this deck. And on the back of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, wow. You have 3 out of 4 ace cards in tarot. This is definitely speaking about a really significant new chapter in your life, my dear group number ones. This is so exciting. Okay, well, with the Ace of Cups being the back of the deck energy, I definitely see that the universe is calling you to open up your heart. With the Ace of Cups here, we have beginnings, we have love, we have relationships. And I feel like for a lot of you, this could obviously talk about a relationship that you have with another person. But I feel like most importantly, this can also be talking about your relationship with your inner self, your relationship with your higher self. And it's just like you are being called to open up your heart more, to listen to your inner guidance more, to listen to your intuition more. When you are in touch with your emotions, and that's very much the energy of this King of Cups, when you are more in touch with your emotions, your heart always leads you to the right place. So I really feel like there's a strong message of following your heart here, my dear group number ones. And again, as I was saying that, I really feel chills running down my spine, and I take that as a really strong confirmation. I do feel like Spirit is looking out for you. And I feel like there is also quite a strong message about saying yes to things that you might not normally say yes to with this Mother Star card here. And literally it says yes on this card. So I do feel like um this card kind of brings in like a similar energy as this Ace of Cups. It's just like when you're opening up your heart more, perhaps you're going to be more open to exploring different opportunities, different possibilities, different types of adventures that previously you might not have been interested in or you might not have been as open to. So yeah, like I do feel like there is, again, quite a strong calling for you to stay in touch with your emotions, figuring out what your heart is being drawn towards, and really just go with your gut feelings. And then starting off your reading, we had the Two of Swords, and here we have choice decision. So I do see that for a lot of you, you might be faced with a difficult decision, a crossroad that you kind of need to navigate. But I also feel like there is a confirmation coming through from your spiritual teams saying that no matter what you choose to do, it is going to be the right choice. Because a lot of times you might, like when you're struggling with making a decision, you're really struggling to see, oh, which direction would be right for me, or which choice is the right one for me to make here. And I feel like Spirit is saying that no matter what you choose, it is going to be good. So either way, it's going to be good. And really here, like the confirmation is coming through again, where it's really saying that you should just follow your gut feelings, you should just follow your emotions. A lot of times our emotions are actually message units. They're really trying to give us extra information about the situation. And as long as we learn to listen to our emotions, we can actually gain a lot more insights into the situations that we are in. So with this Two of Swords, I do see that instead of trying to intellectualize everything, maybe you want to do, say, like a little meditation and see when you quiet your mind down, what can you listen for? Like, what messages can you get from your heart? And here, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I also see that perhaps for some of you, the timing isn't exactly right yet. Something is gaining momentum, something is shifting behind the scene for a lot of you, but it has not, like, the momentum has not accumulated to the point where the opportunity is ready for you to grab. So I do feel like for some of you, you are being called to be a little bit more patient. Again, the time frame that we've set for this reading is within the next 3 months. So honestly, I feel like objectively speaking, that's not a very long period of time. But I do see that for some of you, perhaps you've been struggling with patience. Perhaps you've been looking forward to something happening and it just hasn't happened yet. And here with the Wheel of Fortune, I do see that Spirit is saying the timing will come when it's right. And now it's just not the perfect timing yet. So it's going to take a little bit more energies to shift behind the scene before everything is gonna be brought into alignment for you, my dear group number ones. And then with the Devil here, we have desire, obsession, and fear, as well as shadow. So here, I feel like the Devil can talk about our ambitions. And since the Devil card is correlated with the Capricorn sign, I do feel like Spirit is saying that it is okay for you to have really ambitious goals. There's nothing wrong with you having ambitions. There's nothing wrong with you having really significant goals in your life. But at the same time, you're being called to check in with yourselves and see whether you are getting too obsessed or whether you are getting a little bit too attached to those goals. I feel like here it's like a caution message where if you feel like you've been really associating your intrinsic value with your achievements or with other people's recognition, I feel like that's the time for you to take a step back and really reevaluate whether you're approaching things in the most healthy way. But again, there's nothing wrong with having ambitions. And the devil sometimes, for me, can talk about kind of being in the public eye and gaining attention and recognition as well. It's just that I feel like for a lot of you, when you are chasing after your goals, when you're working towards your achievements, making sure that you are not associating your value with your achievements, that's quite important because sometimes we can really get into like that mindset where we would only feel confident if we're competent. But really, having confidence has nothing to do with whether we're competent in a certain skill or a certain job or not. It is an attitude, it is something that we have intrinsic to ourselves. So I do feel like with the devil here, especially for a lot of you who might be going through a new beginning in your career, in your external circumstances, I see that Spirit is cautioning you against putting too much of yourself into kind of that unhealthy attachment, if that makes sense. So yeah, I believe those would be the ways for you to better align yourselves with these exciting successes waiting for you in the next 3 months, my dear group number ones. Now, before we end the reading, I'm going to shuffle another oracle deck to see what Spirit has in addition to the messages we have already gotten. So let's see here. For my group number ones, any additional guidance and or advice, please, Spirit? And here we have this card jump out. We have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Yeah, I definitely feel like for a lot of you, there might have recently been a difficult period of time in your life, or you might have gone through some challenges. Maybe you are going through some challenges as we speak right now. And this card is just to affirm to you that treat these challenges as opportunities to learn. And that's the best way for you to navigate your way out of them, my dear group number ones. Now let's see, what else do we have here? All right, we have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Yeah, I do feel like this is talking about that previous message that we had about you being in touch with your inner self, being in touch with your higher self, being in touch with your emotions, because sometimes our mind can deceive us, but our emotions are a lot more honest. If you learn to listen to the cues of your emotions, you are actually gonna gain a lot more clarity, my dear group number ones. Now let's get one more card. Oops. And here we have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Definitely, I feel like Spirit is saying that this is a period of time for you to gain wisdom, for you to grow, for you to expand, my dear group number ones. So It is to be expected that there might be some difficulties or challenges on the way, as this adversity card mentioned. But I also am really confident, like I have confidence in all of you out there, my dear group number ones. You're a really strong, powerful group, and I can see you overcoming the challenges coming your way for sure. And you are going to take this opportunity to really grow into your better selves, my dear group number ones. And I believe those are all the messages that I have for you today, my dear group number ones. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It has been an incredible honor for me having been able to channel all of these messages for you, and I do hope that this reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on the little notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new reading. I do upload quite frequently, like 3 times a week. And if you're comfortable sharing your thoughts, please don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I would really love to see your comments. And also, if you have any particular reading topics that you would love to see more of on this channel, please leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. As always, I'm sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you the best, the most fantastic life journey, and I hope to see you again very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye! Hey loves, if you have chosen this 6 of Wands from the Modern Witch Tarot deck, along with this piece of Amazonite, then this is going to be the reading for you today. Welcome! Now, as I mentioned in the intro, let's dive right into finding out what great successes are waiting for you in the next 3 months. So for my dear group number 2s, what great successes are waiting for my dear group number 2s in the next 3 months? We are starting off with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Love that for you. Let's see, Spirit, what great successes are waiting for my dear group number 2s in the next 3 months? Please, Spirit. We have the 6 of Swords. What great successes are waiting for my dear group number 2s? Oops. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Interesting. Let's take one more, and then we're going to take the back of the deck energy. Let's see here. So, what great successes are waiting for my dear group number 2s in the next 3 months? Ooh. All right, and we have the 7 of Wands. On the back of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. That's so sweet. I love the Page of Cups. All right, let's make sure all the cards are nicely laid out in frame and you can see all of them. All right, there we go. So my dear group number 2s, let's dive right in to your cards. With the Knight of Swords being in reverse, starting off your reading, I see that for a lot of you, you are really going to be able to conquer or overcome a mental block that a lot of you might have been struggling for a very long time. And an example that I can think of that really kind of just jumped out at me is like when someone practicing a handstand. So basically, when you're doing a handstand, you're balancing your entire weight with both of your hands, and you are essentially upside down. And for a lot of people, even though they are strong enough, even though they might have really strong upper body, they have like really strong muscles, they cannot do a handstand because they're really afraid of that feeling of being upside down. And when I was practicing doing handstands, my teacher actually told me that for a lot of people, once you have gained the necessary strength and techniques, once you've learned the techniques, the most important thing is for you to overcome your mental block. It is literally a mental block that's stopping you from achieving doing that handstand without the support of a wall or the support of another person. And that goes the same for a lot of other things in our lives. And I see that a great success that is waiting for you in the next 3 months is that you are going to be able to move past a mental block that has been stopping you from achieving something quite significant, I would say, for a lot of you. So perhaps, and I also feel like Spirit is coming through to really say that you have the necessary skills and capacity and wisdom and whatever. You have everything you need already within you to be able to achieve this thing that you really want. And the only thing that's stopping you from your success is literally your mind. It's that mental block. And once you remove that, once you move past that, you are going to be able to achieve that thing that you've been wanting to do for the longest time. And I really want to congratulate you on that, my dear group member twos, because I know that's not easy. Like a lot of times, the only thing that's stopping us from succeeding is literally our own mind. And being able to conquer your own mind is a great step. It's like such a difficult thing to do. And I don't think we talk about it enough. So I definitely see that being a great success for you in the next 3 months. And with the Six of Swords here, well, I do see that for a lot of you, you might be taking a trip somewhere. So this could be a physical trip, like you're literally traveling to a different city, a different country, or just a different place. For others of you, I kind of see this as a message that's reinforcing what we learned from the Nine of Swords in reverse. It's like once you move past that mental block, your mind is going to enter into a state that is so much more peaceful. That's going to allow you to be so much more aligned with yourself, with your purpose. And it's going to essentially just put you at a much better place internally. And your internal state is going to influence your external reality as well, my dear group member twos. So with the Six of Swords, I see that we are definitely leaving some trouble behind us, whether that is like actual trouble existing in a 3D world or just mental trouble that we've essentially been immersing ourselves into, like kind of ruminating over. I see that we are moving past that. We're putting all of those behind us and we are moving into peaceful waters, which is very, very beautiful. Again, like smooth times ahead. This is really you entering into a period of time where you can kind of lay back a little bit more and just enjoy the journey a little bit more. And I also see that for a lot of you, you will have the support from people around you with the Three of Pentacles. This Three of Pentacles, I do see that you're going to be getting some form of help as well. And perhaps there is, say, like a group project or something that requires group effort that you're currently working on, or something that you will be working on in the near future. And that's going to bring you great success. So with this Three of Pentacles here, again, like I really do think that this is something where you're going to be receiving external assistance, because when you look at this person, she's like making like a drawing, she's like sketching, right? And then this other person standing next to her, Like it seems like they're giving her instructions. It seems like they're giving her advice in terms of how she should make the sketch. So I do see that this is going to be a collaborative effort to get you to where you want to be in the next 3 months, which is really, really beautiful. Because every single one of us, we always need our communities. We always need help from other people. Like, even though we ourselves can be very, very independent and capable for a lot, I don't know if you can hear that, but there is, I think there is an ambulance driving um, past the building outside, and ambulance signifies help, and it's like something urgent, something that's an emergency. So I feel like if you have sort of like an urgent situation, I see that you're gonna get the necessary help that you need. And it's gonna help you move into, again, much smoother waters, a much more peaceful time. With the Seven of Wands here, I also see that you are being really strong. You're going to be really good at putting up boundaries as well. With the Seven of Wands here, it's like you are going to be this really capable warrior person who's like fighting off opposing forces. And you're going to do so with a lot of confidence. You're going to really trust in your own abilities. And essentially, even though you might be faced with opposition, you're not backing down. And you're going to be really resilient. You're going to be very persistent with achieving your goal, whatever it is that you want to achieve. I see that one of the great successes waiting for you is that you are going to have this really, like, you're going to have perseverance, and you're going to have a lot of resilience when you're faced with a difficult situation. Because again, a lot of times when we're faced with difficult situations, sometimes it's not really the external force that knocks us down. It's more like when we give up internally, that's when we essentially fail to achieve our goals. When we choose to back down from the opposition, that's when we lose the battle before we even engage in the fight. And I see you're going to be fighting for something that you think is worth fighting for. And you're going to have a really glorious battle here with the Seven of Wands, my dear group number twos. I am really curious to see what this is. If you are open to sharing, please don't forget to leave a comment down below. And then with the Page of Cups being the overarching energy of this reading, I see that this could be talking about your energy of being pure, of being innocent, of just being emotionally open to receiving new opportunities. But also, I could see this representing another person in your life as well, because Page of Cups sometimes it does remind me of apologies. So if someone has done something that upset you before, if someone has done something that made you feel wronged before, I see that they're coming back to offer you this cup. They are coming back to offer you a very emotional apology. Like, they're gonna offer you something quite sincere, and I see that there is a potential for you to repair that connection with this other person. And if that's not the case for you, then I definitely think that this is talking about your energy. Again, like, there is that sense of really pure curiosity about what's out there waiting for you. And I really love that kind of energy for you, my dear group number twos. It's like you're going to be in this like very open-hearted kind of energy where you welcome in different opportunities, where you welcome in new journeys, especially after you've overcome that mental block that we were talking about. This is like you being in a very refreshing state. So I really love that for you, my dear group number twos. And now I want to figure out for you what you can do to bring yourselves better in alignment with the energies of these great successes in the next 3 months. So, Spirit, what can my dear group number twos do to bring themselves more in alignment with the energies of these successes that are waiting for them? Oh, wow. We have like a bunch of cards that dropped onto the floor together, so I'm just gonna take all of them. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. And on the back of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. We do have some repeating cards from group number one, even though they're in different positions. Maybe if you do feel called to watch group number one, then this is a sign for you to go ahead. If you're coming from group number one, then hello again. So in terms of what you can do to better align yourselves with the energies of these successes, I definitely see that you are being called to open up your heart more, my dear group number twos. With this Ace of Cups here, I see that you are being encouraged to really, again, like getting in touch with your own emotions and being open to acknowledging your own emotions, embracing your emotions instead of brushing them off. For some of you, perhaps you might have a tendency of intellectualizing things instead of acknowledging the way you feel. And I feel like for you to be better aligned with the energies of these successes, you need to be a little bit more in touch with your own feelings, with your own emotions. You really need to take care of yourselves in terms of getting in touch with your feelings and emotions. Other than that, I also see that energies are coming together, energies are aligning for you already because it is the right time for you to make the move. With this Wheel of Fortune being in the upright, I see that the timing is right. The universe is essentially urging you to take actions because luck is on your side. This is a really opportune timing for you to go after whatever it is that you want. And I see that you're also being called to be open to investing your time, your energy, your emotions into the things that you really want. With this Six of Pentacles here, I see that whatever investments you are making in this period of time, you are guaranteed to receive a fair return. So it's like when you're giving out more love to other people, you are bound to receive more love and kindness from other people in return as well. So I feel like this is again a message for you to open up your heart more, to essentially open up yourselves more, to give more of yourselves to the things that you love, and you're guaranteed to receive a fair return for whatever you decided to invest outwardly. With the King of Cups, this is definitely talking about you being emotionally balanced, you being emotionally matured. I also see that perhaps you're also being called to see both sides of a situation, being a little bit more empathetic, especially if there is a situation that involves a different person, another party. Like you're being called to see things from different perspectives. You're being called to empathize with other people and really understanding where they're coming from. And by doing that, you're essentially putting yourself in a position where you can make a better decision with all the information available to you. And you're also going to be able to bring much more love and kindness into the situation. And a lot of times, when we are faced with certain challenges, love and kindness are really all we need to overcome those challenges, especially when the situation involves more than ourselves, when it involves other people. And with the Six of Cups here, I love that you got two six cards. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups here, it's like the universe is literally coming through to give you gifts. Like with this cup, here, I see that this is representing hope. And I see that the universe is coming through to give you a cup that's filled with hope and joy and happiness and fulfillment. And really, you just need to be open to receiving these new brilliant energies, because a lot of times the universe has many amazing things in store for us, but we need to be in a state where we are open to receiving so that we can actually look out for the gifts that the universe has prepared for us. A lot of the times, if we're in more of that Four of Cups sort of energy, when we're focused on the empty cups in front of us, we're literally going to miss the extra opportunity, the extra gift that the universe is offering for us. And with the Six of Cups here, I also do see that this is a reinforcement of that message that was very, very obvious from the Ace of Cups. It's like you are really being called to open yourselves up more to receive. Like all of these great successes are waiting for you down the line. And in order for you to bring yourselves better in alignment with these energies, you just need to be in a state where you are willing and open to receiving. That's all you need to do. Like, I really don't see that there's any sort of like very tedious actions that you need to take at this moment of time. It's like everything is aligning for you. Like, again, with the Wheel of Fortune, like luck is on your side. Luck is smiling at you. And whatever you decide to do at this moment, it's bound to work out for you. So all you have to do is really open up your heart and be in that state of gratitude and being open to receive. That's all you need to do, my dear group number twos. And I really love that energy for you. So before we end the reading, I did want to shuffle an additional oracle deck to see whether Spirit has any additional guidance and or advice for you. So let's see here. Spirit, for my dear group number twos, any additional messages, guidance, and or advice here, please, Spirit? Any additional guidance, messages, and or advice? Oops. Let's see, we have health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Interesting. Okay, this might be a message for you to really take care of your physical health, especially if you'll be traveling, if you'll be relocating. It is very important for you to take care of yourselves physically. Self-care is definitely being emphasized here. We also have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Yeah, we were talking about this balance energy with the King of Cups. So I do see that this is Spirit coming through to emphasize to you that it is really important for you to maintain that emotional balance, to make sure that you are approaching things with a level of emotional maturity. And that's how you can better bring yourselves into alignment. And here we also have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So I feel like this might be a little bit more specific, but I did see that perhaps someone is coming forward with an apology with the Page of Cups. So this forgiveness could be talking about that particular situation for some of you out there. Um, and whether you choose to forgive or not, it is up to you. But just be reminded that even though we sometimes might not necessarily choose to forgive what has happened, holding on to resentment is not really going to do ourselves any good. So when you can, definitely try to let love flow, making sure that you're letting go of past negative energies so that you can create space for new love, new opportunities, and new energies to come into your heart, my dear group number twos. So I believe those are all the messages I have for you, my dear group number twos. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It has been an incredible honor having been able to channel all of these messages for you, and I really do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channels, and click on that little notification bell so that you'll never miss a reading that I upload in the future. I do upload quite frequently, like 3 times a week. And if you feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, please don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I would really love to see your comments. Also, if you have any particular reading topics that you would love to see more of on this channel, please don't forget to leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. As always, I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best and the most fantastic life journey. I hope to see you again very soon in the next reading. Bye-bye! Hey loves, if you have chosen the Six of Wands from the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, along with this piece of clear quartz, then this is going to be the reading for you today. Welcome. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, let's dive right into your tarot deck and find out what successes are waiting for you in the next 3 months. So, Spirit, let's see. What great successes are waiting for my dear group number threes in the next 3 months? Oops. Let's see here. What is this? We have the Death card. Okay, very powerful transition coming through at the beginning. Let's see. What great successes are waiting for my dear group number threes? Ooh, all right. We have a couple cards coming out together. We have the Warrior of Pentacles. This is the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Spirit of Wands, as well as the Knight of Cups. Oops. So you actually got one more card than the other groups. And let's see, on the back of the deck, you have the High Priestess. All right, let me make sure. Yes, everything is nicely laid out and in frame. Now let's dive right into it. So my dear group number threes, wow, we've got some really powerful energies coming through here for your group. With the Death card, this is associated with the sign of Scorpio and the 8th house. So I do see that for a lot of you, there is a really powerful transition happening in your life. It's something like an old chapter ending and a new chapter beginning for a lot of you. And I'm also hearing awakening. So perhaps for some of you, you recently have had an awakening, or you are like experiencing an awakening right now. It's just when I see the Death card, I almost it makes me think of ego death. So it's like A lot of times we would experience that kind of energy when we're going through a spiritual awakening. Perhaps you recently discovered your spiritual truth, you recently discovered your soul's plan or your soul's purpose, and you're trying to bring yourselves more in alignment with those energies. Or perhaps this is something that is going to be happening for you within the next 3 months. And I see that being a great success for a lot of you there, my dear group number threes. And then with this Knight of Pentacles, it's like for those of you who have been working really hard on something, it could be work, it could also be a project, it could be your studies, something that you've been working on. I see that bearing fruit for a lot of you. I see that you will be gaining recognition for the things that you've been doing, for the energy, for the time, for the money, for the investments that you've been dedicating to this particular thing, this particular work or project, or whatever it is for you. I also see that there's still potential for this thing to grow because we have the Knight of Pentacles here, not the King. So the energy has not really fully evolved or matured yet. It's like you're definitely stepping up, you're taking more actions, and you're seeing some successes here, but you also have a lot more space, a lot more room for you to keep growing, which is very nice. If this is talking about a business, I see that you'll be gaining more customer, you'll be gaining more popularity, and it's like people around you are really going to appreciate you, and they are going to essentially praise you for the things that you've been doing. And it is quite possible that maybe previously you've been doing a lot for this, but you just haven't really got any sort of recognition. You haven't really seen a lot of progress being made. And I do see that in the next 3 months, there is slowly but surely getting ahead sort of energy. Like things are definitely shifting for you. And speaking of things shifting for you, with this Eight of Wands, I do see that if previously things have been a little bit slow, things have been feeling like a little bit stagnant, I see that changing very fast for you, my dear group member series, because Eight of Wands, that's all about fast moving progress, forward movement, and just really quick shifts of energies. So with the Eight of Wands here, I see that whatever it is that you've been trying to achieve, whatever it is that you've been really dedicating yourselves to, that were kind of slow moving, those energies are starting to gain more momentum in the next 3 months. Like your successes, they're going to come in faster than you might have imagined. With this Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands in this deck, it is like you are stepping up. You are receiving, again, like appreciation, you're receiving recognition, you're being a really visionary leader because the King of Wands or the Spirit of Wands here, this is a natural born leader who's not afraid of taking a chance, who's not afraid of taking risks, who's really confident in their own capabilities. And I see you embodying that sort of energies within the next 3 months. You're really being called to step up and step into glory. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are being honored for something. Because the King of Wands does remind me of someone receiving some sort of honor, receiving some sort of award. And like, I also see this image of someone giving an acceptance speech. So perhaps, like you might have entered some form of a competition, before and within the next 3 months, you will be hearing good news about the competition that you've entered previously, and you will be gaining recognition for the things you've done. I do feel like a lot of the effort has already happened. It's like a lot of this recognition is just coming within the next 3 months, but the work you have already done previously, or like it's like about the work that you're currently doing, but you've already like finished up most of the project. That's the energy that I'm getting here. And with the Nine of Cups, this is a really, really fantastic energy to be present in a reading about success, because Nine of Cups, this is about emotional fulfillment, it's about wish fulfillment, it's about your hopes and dreams coming true. So if you have had a particular hope or dream when you clicked on this reading, and now you're watching this, I feel like this is spirit coming through to really strongly affirm to you that yes, the thing that you've been thinking about, the thing that you've been ruminating about, that you've been stewing over when you clicked on this reading, it's gonna go the way that you hoped it would go. It's going to essentially, things are gonna go your way, and your wish will be granted with this Nine of Cups energy. And I also love that the back of the deck energy or the overarching energy of your reading is the High Priestess, because the High Priestess is a figure who doesn't chase. She attracts. She waits for things to happen for her. There is like a sense of effortlessness. Like, again, I feel like a lot of the effort has already happened. So within the next 3 months, as you embrace all of these well-deserved successes, recognition, and just great things coming your way, I feel like you're gonna be in this like really comfortable energy where you're like, I know that I deserve all of these great things. I know that I have earned them, and now I'm just gonna wait for all of these energies to align, and I'm gonna wait for them to happen for me. The High Priestess has a really strong connection with her intuition and has a really strong inner knowing. And I do feel like for a lot of you, my dear group number threes, you might be a very spiritual group. And I was talking about you guys experiencing a spiritual awakening of some sort, with the Death card being the opening of your reading. And now with the High Priestess here, it's kind of reaffirming that message as well. So if you do resonate with being a spiritual person, I also see that your intuition will be sharpening within the next 3 months. You're going to be establishing more of a deep connection, more of a palpable connection with the divine, with your higher selves, with your spiritual teams as well. You might be receiving a lot more divine guidance, a lot more downloads within the next 3 months. You're gonna have really active upper, higher chakras, like your crown chakra is gonna be very open. Your third eye might be very much active within the next 3 months as well. And you might be having certain premonitions about things that are about to happen for you in the 3D world. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you're like, oh, like this reading is just confirming all of the things that I've already know myself. Because even the Spirit of Wands, because Wands can represent the energy of spirituality as well. And the Spirit of Wands, or the King of Wands, that's the most mature and the most evolved energy within the suit of Wands. So I definitely feel like for a lot of you, you have really opened yourselves up to receiving spiritual messages, to receive higher guidance. And that's going to lead you down a path that's more in alignment with your soul's purpose, with your soul's plan. And you're going to be finding more about yourselves. You're also going to be finding out more about the aspects in life that are not necessarily 3D in nature. You might be exploring different concepts about different dimensions, about multiverse, about parallel realities, about all of the more metaphysical stuff, and you will be gaining a lot more wisdom within this next stage in your life as well. And that is really beautiful. I love that for you, my dear group number threes. I do think that a lot of you out there are like maybe quite spiritually advanced, or maybe you have some sort of psychic abilities. If you do, it'd be really cool if you're open to sharing that down below in a comment. But overall, I'm just seeing that all of you kind of being called to embark on a journey that is more in alignment with your divine life blueprint. So now let's figure out what you can do to better bring yourselves into alignment with the energies of these great successes. So Spirit, what can my dear group number threes do to bring themselves more in alignment with the energies of these successes that we've been talking about, please, Spirit? Whoops. All right, we have this Three of Wands and we have this Three of Cups. I love we got two three cards coming out together, because the number three is the number of growth and expansion. I do think that in the next 3 months, you will be having a lot of opportunities to grow, a lot of opportunities to expand. And we have the Ace of Wands. Wow. Brilliant energy is here. And again, like wands, this is like really giving me kind of like a strong spiritual sort of energy. So I would not be surprised if you are going to be embarking on a journey with a lot more spiritual learnings. Let's see. Can we please get one more here, Spirit? What can my dear group number threes do to better bring themselves into alignment with the energies of these great successes? Oops. We got a couple of cards that dropped onto the floor, but I think I'm gonna take the one that flipped over, and we have Temperance. And on the back of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. I love that for you, my dear group number threes. With the Seven of Wands being in reverse, as the back of the deck energy, I feel like for a lot of you, you're being called to just chill. Maybe previously you have really like overexerted yourselves. You've really, you might have felt quite drained with your energies. You might have dedicated a lot of your time and energy doing something. And with the Seven of Wands being reversed here, I almost feel like Spirit's just saying that it's okay for you to just be for a while. It's okay for you to lay back and relax and let things unfold at their natural pace instead of trying to control every aspect of your reality. And it's like there's this really sweet sense of just rest, you know? It's like Spirit saying that it's okay for you to let go for a bit. It's okay for you to let go of control because we got your back. The universe got you. And the universe knows infinitely more than we do as human beings. The universe is going to bring the best experience, the best people, the best energies into your life, even though you might not be able to see how everything is gonna be brought into alignment. Things are already happening for you behind the scenes. So it is okay for you to let go of control. And I really love that energy here. With the Three of Wands and the Three of Cups, as I was saying earlier, we got two number threes here. I feel like maybe this might be a synchronicity that some of you guys have been seeing. If you've been seeing like number 33, repeating threes, this could be your spiritual teams coming through to let you know that they are really close to you, they're nearby, they're always watching over you. Now, with the Three of Wands, it's like growth, expansion, like moving into new uncharted territories. I feel like you're being called to be bold. Don't be afraid to step into things that were previously unknown to you or unfamiliar to you. Look at this person dancing, like enjoying themselves. It's like you are also being called to do things that would bring you enjoyment, that would bring you happiness. You're being called to spend more time with your community, with your friends. The Three of Cups reminds me of friendship and just like a group of friends celebrating each other, being in company with each other. And it's like you are going to be surrounded by a group of really supportive people. And perhaps these people are just as spiritual as yourselves, my dear group number threes. Oh, and I just realized your group number 3. So yeah, perhaps 3 is your lucky number. Perhaps it is a sign for a lot of you out there, my dear group number 3s. And the Three of Cups here, I feel like this is also Spirit saying that it is okay for you to rely on your friends or your family or your support network sometimes if you feel like things are getting a little bit difficult. Like Three of Cups is here to remind you that no one really can do everything alone. No one can do everything by themselves. And we are social beings. And there's a reason why your friends are your friends. They're here to offer you love. They're here to offer you support. And sometimes maybe you don't really need them to do anything to help you. You just need them to be there for you and listen. And I'm sure your friends, your loved ones are more than willing to do that for you. They're more than willing to share their time with you. And that is really beautiful. I definitely see that you're being called to just rely on other people a little bit more, spend some more time with people that you really resonate with. A lot of times when we're spending time with people that we truly resonate with, we can gain so much more wisdom from the conversations that we have with these other people. And perhaps you are being called to do just that as well, especially if you've recently had a spiritual awakening or if you've recently embarked on a new journey in terms of your spiritual journey, then I personally think it would be quite good for you to have those chats with like-minded individuals to let yourselves know that you're not alone, because sometimes the journey does feel a little bit lonely if you're not really actively sharing your experience with anyone else. And then with the Ace of Wands here, I see that you're gonna have a lot more inspiration, a lot more creative ideas coming through to you. Perhaps you'll be receiving these ideas through downloads, as I mentioned previously, and you're being called to seize the moment. Maybe like you can try to start journaling things, you can write things down, or just like type things up when they come to you in like your cell phone or something like that when you're on the go. It's like with this Ace of Wands, I kind of see it happening naturally or spontaneously. It's like divine timing is at play here, and these new sparks are just gonna come to you at random times, and you're being called to not just let them go to waste. And with the Temperance, I also see that, again, emotional stability, emotional balance is quite important. And I feel like that's kind of a consistent theme that's being present throughout all the groups. Perhaps that's just like our collective energy. Spirit is saying that whatever it is that you are trying to achieve here, it is going to take some time for everything to align. So while you're waiting, making sure that you feel nourished, making sure that you are taking good care of yourselves, and making sure that you are in an emotionally balanced state would be very, very important, so that when the chance comes, when the opportunity comes, you are ready to act at that moment because you're well rested, you're well prepared. And that's what I'm seeing here for you, my dear group number threes. And before I finish off the reading for you, I wanted to shuffle one more oracle deck to see if there's any additional guidance, advice, or messages for you. Now let's see here. All right, we got a card that flew across the room. All right, we have acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, perhaps that is something that you've been working on. And I feel like acceptance is really a beautiful state of mind that we can get into, because when we're in acceptance, we are in flow. We're not fighting against life. We are just letting things be. When we are in that state of acceptance, it actually feels really peaceful. Acceptance brings peace. And when we're in peace, we're much better at discerning. We're much better at making informed decisions. And I feel like that is Spirit coming through to remind you that there are certain things in our lives that we are not able to change for one reason or another. And instead of trying to fight against those things, it is okay. It is actually, we're encouraged to accept. And perhaps this is related to the Seven of Wands in reverse as well. It's like, instead of fighting against it, try taking the approach of acceptance and see where that takes you, my dear group number threes. And then we have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And I'm really feeling like this is a very spiritual love that we're talking about here. It's like your spiritual team is coming through to say that there is love present in your life, in your 3D life, as well as in the 5D. Like your spiritual teams, they have a lot of love for you. And sometimes if you are feeling a little bit lonely, try to connect with your spiritual teams. They're always there to share their love with you, my dear group number threes. And last but not least, we have gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Yeah, gratitude is also a very high vibrational emotion. And when we are in that state of gratitude, we are much, much better at manifesting things that are in alignment with our highest and best good. So, again, I feel like for some of you, perhaps it would be helpful for you to start off journaling things that inspires you to be in that state of gratitude. I personally feel like that has helped me a lot. When I journal on things that makes me feel grateful, it puts me in a more high vibrational energy. It makes me feel a lot better, and also just helps me notice the little sparks of magic that are present in my life. And that is really, really beautiful, my dear group number threes. So yeah, I love that message. And I believe those are all the messages that I have for you today, my dear group number threes. Thank you so much for being here, for watching the video, for listening to the reading, and most importantly, for sharing your energies with me. It has been an incredible honor for me having been able to channel all of these messages for you, and I do hope that the reading turned out to be helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. If it did resonate for you, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on that little notification bell so that you'll never miss a reading that I upload in the future. I do upload quite frequently, like 3 times a week. And if you do feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, please don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I would really love to see your comments. And if you have any particular reading topics that you would love to see more of, don't forget to leave your suggestions down below in the comment section as well. As always, I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of well wishes. I wish you all the best and the most fantastic life journey. And I hope to see you again very, very soon in the next reading. Bye bye!